Hello, Sarah. Hello, Donald. Everything good? Everything good. You? Yep, everything fine. Just came from Carlisle, where I happened to meet another Caledonian engine. Oh, did you know? Who was it? Ava. Ah, Ava. She's a good engine. Glad to hear she's still around. How was she? Well, she was actually in a rather dim mood. Really? Why? She had just come from Glasgow, where she had been informed that the Caledonian Railway Class 903 had just been withdrawn. Are you alright? Sorry, that's just a bit gut-wrenching. They were among the most recognizable engines in the Cali's fleet. Has one at least been set aside for preservation? As far as I know, no. Oh dear, such a loss. I know. I'm sorry, Donald. Thank you, Sarah. I better go get my goods train. See you later. Later, Donald. Hello, Dunny. Hello. Oh, you look rather down. What's the matter? Well, I just learned that the Caledonian 903s have been withdrawn. All of them. Oh, I get it now. Jeez, that's quite some news. I know. What a poor way to treat such a class. And such an engine. Engine? Wait, you're talking about something specific? Engine? What do you mean by that? What's going on? Do you know how he's doing? How he's doing? I don't understand. What is he talking about? No, I haven't spoken to him since we left. In hindsight, it could already be too late. Could be too late? For what? What and who are you talking about? Should I, Donny? No, I'll do it. So, back on the Cali, we've known the 903 since they were built. We left the works in 1909 as the last members of the class. Following our introduction, we were stationed at Glasgow. That's where we first met them, the Class 49s and 903s. Most of them, however, weren't very nice. The typical persona of any express engine with important jobs. However, there was one of them who stood out. His name was Marcus. Marcus was a 903 and thus carried a very high status. However, unlike his siblings, the fame never got to his smoke box. He was actually among the sweetest engines that the Calis had. In fact, he was nicknamed the Gentle Giant due to his relaxed and humble nature, which made him very popular with the public. Given that he was among the highest respected engines on the railway, we were naturally quite shy when we were in his presence. He noticed it and started talking to us. He wasn't intrusive in any way, he was just gently trying to help us open up more. He was very respectful of our shyness and never pushed harder than he needed to. Eventually we got over it and we quickly became friends with him. He was a great engine, and it was a sad day when we left for Sodor. We didn't know when or if we would see each other again, but he inspired us. He was actually the one who suggested that Douglas should run away with me, given that we didn't like our manager, and Douglas really wanted to get away from him.
Wait, so Topham did just order one? Is that what happened?
Whoops. Sorry, a wee slip of the tongue. Yeah, let's go with that. Well, I guess that solved the mystery. There was always one engine ordered, but one stowed away with said engine. Well, I guess it's too late to hide it now. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
But why?
Well, like Donald said, it was because I didn't like our manager. I despised him. In fact, everybody did. He was such a hard and irritating man. I couldn't stand him. What was his name? Jonathan Sonny. Jonathan Sonny? But that was my manager back on the Highland section I came from. Wait, really? Yeah. He came in the early 20s, and has been a major driver in the section's downfall. I don't even know if that part's still active. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that. Still, we arrived here after you. So how could we both have had him as manager? I don't know. He was a schemy man. But I also think he was related to the then LMS chairman, Sir Guy Granite, so there's probably some stuff that happened.
But
Didn't Granite resign in 1927? Whatever the reason, Jonathan is long gone from railway activities now, but that doesn't change the fact that he was the reason I wanted to leave my section. So after I heard that Donald was going, I was understandably quite irritated and jealous. I relayed my frustrations to Marcus, and he immediately suggested that I stow away with Donnie. I hesitated, but he insisted that it could work out, and, well, whether it was the correct thing to do or not, he was right. I guess. Well, he does seem like a very nice engine. Oh, he was an amazing engine. I've been missing him since we left. But now, God knows where he is, or if he's still alive. One can assume anything.
Let's just hope for the best.
Yeah, it's about the best we can do. Was there any news? He had contacted as many people as possible, but none had any idea. It's not looking good, Donnie. No, doggy, I'm actually starting to lose hope. Don't do that yet, Donnie. You know how wise Marcus is. He would have figured something out. That's easy to assume, but bottom line is that we don't know yet. I suppose so. I just hope we get some answers soon. Please be alright, Marcus. Oh, hello there. I don't think we've seen each other before. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Is something wrong?
I'm an engine who wants to be left alone for the moment. I've just arrived with a very long heavy goods train, which is headed for the scrapyard.
A train with scrap? What sort of scrap?
Just a regular load of scrap. And something else.
What do you mean by something else?
A steam engine.
A steam engine?
A steam engine. A non-faceless one at that.
Oh dear. And headed to the scrapyard. What a shame.
I guess.
You have no care whatsoever?
None. It was a Caledonian engine after all.
A Caledonian engine?
Yes, so it's not a huge loss.
What have we ever done to you all, seriously? Well, you can go to sleep if you want. I'm going to talk to that engine you brought. Psst. Hello? Who are you? Just a curious Caledonian engine. Caledonian? Where are you? Behind these wagons. Okay. Marcus? Donny? Well, I guess we would be allowed to see each other again. I suppose. Marcus, you're still alive? Well, at the moment, yes. What do you mean? Why are you on this train? It's simple, Donny. I'm headed for the scrapyard. The scrapyard? You know the reputation my class carried. We were never among the most liked engines on the roster. Quite the opposite, actually. So I was sent to the London display numerous times, but as you know, an engine has 10 years to be sold, otherwise it'll be set aside. And wouldn't you know it, I've been in that damn shit 10 years now, and no buyer whatsoever. Oh, Marcus, that's terrible. I'm so sorry that's happened to you. Well, it is what it is, Donny. I'm just happy to see that you're still knocking about. Topham's a good man. Much better than Mr. Sonny. It doesn't take much. But Topham is very caring and kind. His priority is that his engines come first. That's quite a contrast. Mr. Sonny was only about money. Short-term money. He was a slimy character. I'm very happy to not be working for him. Me too. Being toured around the country is actually more fun than working for him. Even when you know your fate. Marcus, don't talk like that. Have you just given up? I don't know where to get hope, Donny. Nobody wants me, which in hindsight is a fair point. Well, there's one person who might be able to use you. Who? Topham. Topham? Donny, my dear chap, are you sure about that? I doubt very much he would want a poorly performing 460. Do you think he'd want that? Maybe not, but Topham is also very keen on preserving history, and considering that you're the last of your class, there might be some interest in that. It's worth a shot. I guess. Do you have any plans on what to do then? This train leaves early tomorrow. Yes, I can hide you in the goods shed. It won't fly if you stay in the main shed, but I also don't want you to be out here exposed to the elements. Alright, that sounds reasonable, but don't you think that other engine would notice? From what I got, he doesn't care one bit. I can also make something up. Maybe he's the type of engine that buys anything. Very well, you do what you've planned, Donny. With pleasure. Right, Marcus, this is the best I can do. It's enough, Donny. Thank you for thinking about me. I thought I would be the same engine if it wasn't for you, Marcus. I owe so much to you. Now I better get back before anyone gets suspicious. Hopefully you'll be able to get some sleep. We'll see. Good night, Donny. See you tomorrow. Indeed. See you, Marcus.
Very impressive.
Thank you, sir.
Topham Hatt, controller of the Northwestern Railway. Current owner of both Donald and Douglas.
Oh, I see. Pleasure to meet you, sir. I'm Marcus.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, Marcus. The twins have told me a bit about you. Said you were a very kind and caring engine.
Oh, they're very nice, sir. I suppose it's not in my judgment to comment on that, but I appreciate their kind words.
Very well said, Marcus. I like it. And I like the 903s. And considering that you're the only one left, it would be a real shame if one was not to be saved.
Sir?
Donald told me about it this morning, and good thing I have connections around the country. I've managed to make some arrangements for your papers to be revoked into purchase papers.
Sir?
You're safe, Marcus.
Sir, are you serious?
Absolutely, Marcus.
But, sir, are you sure that that's the right thing for your airway? You know, with my class's reputation.
Oh, don't worry about that, Marcus. My men at Crovansgate can fix any engine. We've had experiences with some that had slightly worse reputations than your class, and they've been fixed without issue. And considering that you're probably going to need an overhaul anyway, they'll have a better excuse to address your issues.
Why, sir, that's very kind of you.
You're to look your best, Marcus. So how about some Caledonian blue at that?
Oh, sir, that would be marvelous. You're too kind.
Well, I suppose it's not in my judgment to comment on that.
Well, there you go, Marcus. You're safe. I owe it all to you, Donny. Thank you so much. By the way, where's Dougie? At the other side of the railway, I'm afraid, but you'll be able to meet him soon. That would be lovely. Well, Donny, you're in a very cheery mood today. What happened? Well, good news, Dougie. Marcus is safe. Really? That's lovely to hear. Would have been a real shame if he was tossed away. Where did he end up? Here. Here? Oh yes, currently at Crovansgate. What? How? It's a bit of a long story. I think it's better we go to the works and let him explain everything. Please, I'm really curious right now. Well, then it's a good thing we are to double-head a goods train to Crovansgate this evening. Oh, that's right. Then I can't wait. Well, this is a sight I remember. They're famous Scottish twins. Hello again, Donny. And hello, Dougie. It's been a while, hasn't it? God, you are here. I didn't believe Donny at first, but I stand corrected. Hello, old friend. Yes, it has been a while indeed. How are you? Well, I'm still getting over the fact that I'm not going to the scrapyard. I'd lost hope there, but your controller is luckily a very kind man and has provided me with a place to stay, which I'm very grateful for. And it's only amplified with the presence of you two. I've missed you. And we've missed you, Marcus. You didn't believe me about Topham, did you? Not really. I believed him to be some of the things you mentioned, but not the whole package. But here I am, receiving an overhaul, about to live a new life. We'll just have to see how it goes. I'm sure it's gonna be fine, Marcus. If your dedication is still intact, then this overhaul could result in you fully unleashing it. I guess. Hopefully Topham's not too much against that. Oh no, quite the opposite actually. Well then I suppose I'm in safe hands. You are indeed, Marcus. And we'll make sure that you feel welcome, without hesitation. Thank you, Donny. Thank you, Dougie. I appreciate it.
Evening, engines.
Evening, sir.
What are you doing here at this time, sir? Well, I have something to present to you all. And it's something truly special. Donald and Douglas knows about it, and they've probably told you about it as well. Engines, allow me to present to you the newest engine to the Northwestern's roster. As you all probably know by now, this is Marcus, the last member of the Caledonian 903 class, and our latest member to the Express crew. Over the coming days, Marcus will be tested on our Express services, but also some goods services. In short, wait to see what he can really do. Now, that's all I have to say for now, so I'll allow for the round of introductions.
Hello everybody. I assume that you already know a wee bit about me, so I'd rather spend some time to learn more about you lot. One thing I've noticed though, I see more Scottish engines. Scottish engines stick together. Indeed. What's your name? Tyler. Well, it's nice to meet you, Tyler. You're from the Highland Railway, right? Indeed. You know your Scottish railways? I've met several Scottish engines in the past. And my former driver had been all over the place before he came to the Caledonian. Before that, he worked for the North British Railway, which I believe that you are from, right? Correct. Crowan's the name. Nice to meet you, Marcus. Nice to meet you too, Crowan. I imagine that you pull the express, right? I do indeed, although I'm not the only one. I wouldn't think so. Despite the good things I've heard about the C11s, I doubt you'd be able to handle it all on your own. No offense. None taken. I'd never be able to do that in a million years. So, are you looking forward for some work? I am indeed. I've been out of service for over 2 years now, so it's about time I get a chance to stretch my wheels. And what better place to do it? Here on Soda with 2 of my former colleagues. You'd be a fine addition, Marcus. If not for performance, then definitely for personality. Oh, Dunny, you're too kind.
Evening, Gordon. How was your run? It was alright. Something happened? Not really. I just wasn't performing my best today. Don't know if I should take that as a sign.
Oh, Gordon, don't talk like that.
Who are you?
Ugh, silly me. Pardon my intrusion to your conversation. I'm Marcus, your newest addition to the Express fleet.
Oh, you must be that engine that the twins have been talking about. Well, it's very nice to meet you then.
The pleasure is mutual. The famous Gordon, the A0, the Pacific prototype.
Oh, stop it.
Well, one has to acknowledge your strengths. It's what makes you who you are.
True. I've had a pretty good run so far. One can only hope that it continues like that moving forward.
Indeed. And don't mind that run. You may not have performed your best, but at least you got your passengers to their destination. After all, that is the most important part of it.
You're right. Never mind that. I'll likely have a better run tomorrow anyway.
That's the spirit, Gordon.
Thank you, Marcus, for the encouragement.
No problem.
That's the fastest I've ever seen Gordon get over a bad run.
Me too. This engine knows a thing or two about cheering others up.
Indeed. And what a blessing. Gordon has been feeling rather down lately. I'll be looking forward to seeing you with some express coaches, Marcus. I think they'll match you.
We'll see about that, but I'm looking forward to it. I saw that out on my way here and it's absolutely stunning. It has a lot of everything. It really is a treat to run along it. I bet it is. We'll be able to see if the new repairs have done anything to my performance. The men at Crowan's Gate are incredibly skilled. I'm sure they've done wonders with your overhaul.
Another successful trial?
Yeah, pretty much.
You sound a little hesitant. Did something happen?
Well, nothing during the run itself, but rather the conversation I had with Topham after.
What did he say?
Well, in short, promising performance, just lack of suitable jobs.
What does that mean?
Well, I've now been tested on both the Wild Nor'Wester and the Limited. Topham said that the runs on the Limited were good, they just seemed a little easy for me. It was too light in short. And for the Wild Nor'Wester, Topham said that the runs were fine, just that they seemed a little too much for me, which I agree with.
Is it too much?
Well, too much for me to sufficiently handle it within the borders of the schedule. And within the required pulling power, but only just. So, the Wild Nor'Wester is too heavy, while the Limited is too light. Yeah, that's how it is. I see. What is that going to mean for you? Well, it's hard to say. Topham said he would be speaking to me again tomorrow, so I guess we'll see what he plans to use me on. Don't dread, Marcus. Topham is a very clever man. You never know what to expect from him. I'll take your word for it, Dougie. Thank you.
Morning, Marcus.
Morning, sir.
I suppose that I'll get started straight away. As you know, your performance during the trials was good, just not suited for the trains you were tested on. The Limited was too light and the Wild Nor'Wester was too heavy.
I know, sir. I'm sorry for any inconvenience it might have caused you.
Oh, Marcus, it's not that serious. Yes, you lagged slightly on the Wild Nor'Wester, but it was only just. You are within the required pulling power after all. So this does leave us in a bit of a unique situation.
Yes, it does. I'm sorry for all this, sir. It has been a pleasure working for you, though. I greatly appreciate...
Marcus, are you suggesting that I sent you away, despite having just bought you?
Well...
Marcus, if I didn't want to use you, I wouldn't have bothered with the acquisition of you. I'm going to use you no matter what.
Well, thank you, sir. But what are we going to do then?
Well, there is another solution to the problem.
And that is...
Well, since you fall somewhere in between the power groups required for both the Limited and the Wild Nor'Wester, then why not make a train that likewise fits between those two trains?
Well, that's also a way of solving the problem. But are you sure you want to make such an investment? It does seem quite extreme.
Well, if it was to just satisfy your performance, then yes, it would maybe be a little extreme. But this move also solves two other problems we've been experiencing.
Really?
Yes. The first one is in regard to the Limited. Its main purpose is to be a light alternative during rush hours in order to help the Wild Nor'Wester. The problem is that more and more people are now taking that train, which means that it's struggling slightly to keep within the wanted capacity. We've had to resort to more coaches, which really isn't a good thing given that it takes away from its main purpose, while also becoming more challenging for both Molly and Wilson to handle. A medium express train is an ideal solution to this problem, given that it can replace some of the Limited's departures, resulting in a higher capacity.
That's a good point.
And the other thing, believe it or not, you're not the only engine who's been suffering from not fitting into different power groups.
Really? Who's the other one?
It's Crowan. So to better help you launch the new service, he'll be helping you with that. That means there's 2 engines for each express service. Molly and Wilson for the Limited, Gordon and Reginald for the Wild Nor'Wester, and now you and Crowan for the new express service, the Sodorian Express.
That sounds wonderful, sir. And a catchy name at that. The Sodorian Express. I like that.
Thank you. It was actually my son who suggested it.
Well, your son seems to be a very clever person.
He's just getting into working with railways. He's already a talent.
Well, he's got a great mentor.
Thank you, Marcus.
No problem, sir. Before I go, I just want to thank you for this opportunity. I would have never thought that I'd be able to work any express trains again, let alone one where I perform satisfactorily. Thank you for taking a chance on me, sir. I will do my very best to return the favor.
Well, you are very welcome, Marcus. I care about unique engines, I care about history, and I care about making a difference in reputation. So you were a perfect fit for that. And I'm already very proud of the performance you've provided. Keep it up, will you?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.